Hey y'all, if you're anything like me and you come from an abusive household, whether your mother or father or both of them were narcissists, and as an adult, you've decided to cut them off permanently to get away from their abuse, what usually happens is they will band together. They'll turn the rest of the family against you. They'll usually run a vicious smear campaign, and then there'll be tons of gang stalking. They will cyber stalk all your social media platforms, etc. So, a lot of people that I coach, people come to me for coaching and advice, when it comes to narcissistic abuse. A lot of people that stay away from their parents usually get hoovered by their abusive parents. And hoover, what it means to be hoover is taken from the vacuum cleaner hoover. Hoovering is when the abuser comes back and they try to suck you back in to the abuse cycle of abuse. So whether it's mom or dad, they'll stalk you, and every couple of years or so they'll pop back up and they'll attempt to contact you some type of way. They may email you, they may send a family member to pass messages, they may DM you on Instagram or TikTok, or they'll find a way to contact you and try to guilt trip you into returning back home. Come back home. You need to forgive. You need to get over it. That's all gaslighting. They'll try to coercively pull you in, suck you in back into the family because you are the scapegoat. And if you understand what the role of the scapegoat is in the family, you are Cinderella. You remember the movie Cinderella. Cinderella got bullied and treated like a slave by her stepmother and her sisters. She was a scapegoat. So that is your role in the family. Well, I'm here to tell you, if you needed a sign, a lot of y'all think y'all parents will change. You can stay away from them for a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years even. Every time they come back around and try to contact you and get you to break no contact, you want to give them the benefit of the doubt. You want to believe that they have changed over the years with time. And I'm here to confirm they never fucking change. And I'm about to show you proof. My abusive, violent, extremely violent mother, who is right now still married to her second husband, the man that molested me, when I was just 13 years old, and I told my mother repeatedly what he did, and she ignored me and decided to stay married to him. She's still married to him right now. The woman that sliced my face open in high school and sent me to school with an open scar on my face, and my school reported her to Child Protective Services, and she was investigated for over a year. The woman who fat shamed me. The woman who constantly makes fun of my disability and makes fun of, she weaponizes mental illness against me. That woman. She obsessively cyber stalks the living shit out of me. I want nothing to do with her. I don't want a relationship with her. I don't care if she passes away tomorrow. I will not be at her funeral. I want nothing to do with this woman. And she still, I cut her off 15 years ago, and she still continuously stalks. Now she's up underneath my videos on YouTube, leaving fucking comments from fake pages. She's stalking me from fake fucking pages. Fucking pathetic. So I'm going to read this. This is the comment she left me under. I just did a podcast. Shout out to the BJ Show, All Even Podcasts. My guy Barry, he invited me on his show and interviewed me. And we got on the topic of autism. We discussed how recently I went to a licensed psychologist. I got screened and tested for autism. I came up with Asperger's. Okay. And in the interview, I do tell him how I'm angry at my parents because they did not get me evaluated. I was constantly bullied and mistreated, due to my autism. And, I resent my parents for that. They are baby boomers, and y'all know the baby boomer generation, they were trifling. Most baby boomers were horrible parents. That's across the, I have every last person I've talked to that has baby boomer parents, they all have the same story. Boomer parents were a fucking disgrace. A lot of them, that was the crack era. A lot of them were on drugs, getting high. They didn't give a fuck about us. They only had kids for fucking appearances. Anyway, this is what my mother wrote under the YouTube video in the comment section. The whole comment section is fucking positive. It's nothing but people leaving positive comments, how beautiful I look. The interview was great. Great job. Like, they were praising the fuck out of the interview. They thoroughly enjoyed it. Here she comes with her negative ass from a fake page, and she leave this. I'm going to read it to you, and I'm going to just let y'all know this is what we call DARVO. DARVO is an acronym, DARVO. DARVO is an abuse tactic that all abusers use. When you cut them off and you're trying to move on, they continue to abuse you after you cut them off. DARVO means deny, attack, reverse, victim, offender. So let me read what she wrote in the comment section underneath the YouTube video of my recent interview. We just posted the fucking interview last week, and this bitch is stalking me from a fake page. And let me see, you guys can get in the comment section and tell me how many things do you spot in this fucking comment that she left for me. How many abusive things, you know, this is such a passive aggressive fucking, let me just read it, y'all. She fucking disgusts me. We hate to inform you all, but our dear Chanel is mentally ill and has refused treatment. She is very jealous of her sister, sadly. This we cannot change her mind about. It saddens us deeply that she cannot accept the fact that her sister is much more beautiful. Chanel has suffered from mental illness since she was a child. She is unhinged and refuses to work things out with her family. Please call the police if you see her acting out. We will continue to try to help her, but we cannot force her. We love her dearly, but she is not a nice person. Her mother is deeply hurt by her threats. Bitch. This bitch is a clown. I am embarrassed that I'm not going to call her mother. She does not deserve that title. This bitch is, she's fucking pathetic. She's sick. She's obsessed. And let's pick apart this. Listen, I had spotted so many fucking toxic, abusive shit all through this comment. Number one, she's weaponizing mental illness. And me refusing treatment. I have not seen this bitch in 15 years. In no shape or form is she in my personal business. She does not know whether or not I've been to visit the fucking therapist unless I publicly speak on it. And I have spoken on it several times. I am currently in therapy, and I have recently been diagnosed with autism. So that's a fucking lie that I refuse treatment. Lying ass bitch. Mentally ill. What is my mental illness? Because if I was mentally ill as a child, you and my father failed to inform me, bitch. You didn't get me evaluated. I'm just now learning that I'm autistic, so you failed at doing that, bitch. What mental illness? Please specify. Please? What the fuck do you mean by mental illness? And if I'm mentally ill, what does that make my siblings and your grandchildren, who I know for a fact all have disabilities of some sort, neurodivergent and disabled, and my daughter also has a mental illness. So if you're gonna point my motherfucking mental illness out, bitch, call it across the board with your children and grandchildren, motherfucker. I'm jealous of my sister. We still doing that in 2025, bitch? That is what we call triangulation. That is a demonic tactic of pitting people against each other. Abusive parents will pit their children against each other to cause them to compete. Trifling, toxic bitch, still making your children want to fight each other. Trash. I refuse to work things out with my family. I'm unhinged. No, I refuse to be a part of a toxic family that is dysfunctional and continues generational trauma, period. Call the police if you see me acting out. Oh, that's because you have failed at making prank calls to the police to get me locked up. You fail every time. Calling the police and making fake reports. Fake bitch. This is all projection and gaslighting. Y'all let me know what y'all think of my mother's comment from her fake page. Toxic as fuck.